everything about this incredible brand, their new ship that is rolling next year, their top destinations, top tours that you can take, and of course, exciting promotions and offers that they have. Please give a warm welcome to Natalie Papasoglu. She is our special guest for today. Give her all the love, all the hearts, and if you have any questions, please write them in the chat. At the end, we will have Q&A, and we'll ask all these questions to Natalie. Natalie, we are so happy and excited to have you here with us today. Round of applause. Hi.
Hey, hello, good morning. Well, to you both, and then good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time it is, all around the world. You know, I love coming on your webinars because you know I'm from Europe and I'm German Greek, and it makes me feel like home with all of these international guests and people on the webinars. So hello to everybody. Thank you so much for giving me your time to talk a little bit about my favorite brand, which is of course Princess. And yes, Stephen and we go back quite some time. And then when I start talking about our love boat, you'll see how old we really are. But let's get started today. So again, you know, guten Morgen, guten Abend, Kalispera, buenos dias, bonjour, bonsoir. So I'm trying to bring my languages out, and I promise I'll get every single one the next time. So Tati, you're going to have to help me with that. All right. So I wanted to start off with a little quiz. And probably if you watched the beginning of this webinar, you will know the answer. Princess is known as the best cruise line for river cruising, best expedition cruise line, best cruise line for romance, or the best cruise line for yodeling. And I'm Bavarian, so I can help you with that. What do you think that is? It is, of course, number 3, the best cruise line for romance, right? So we are really and truly the love brand. All of our cruises deliver, number 1, a classic cruise experience. We've been made popular by the Love Boat, of course, and you get a lot of different destinations all around the world. We'll just cover very few today because I would be on for many hours, and we don't want to do that to you. We'll split it up for the next time. And then all of our ships now are powered by Medallion class, and I will also tell you what that exactly means. But when we are talking about the Love Boat, you know, you probably are very familiar with it. I do hope so. I at least am. You know, I grew up in Germany, and again, I'm not saying, Steve, if it was the 70s, 80s, or the 90s, but I grew up with the Love Boat. I had a German voiceover. So for me, you know, that was Princess Cruises, and that was a brand that defined cruising back in the 70s. You know, it really portrayed the concept of contemporary cruise vacations, and it also was a global success. And if you have watched Captain Stubing helping guests navigate shipboard romances, then you know that all the fans fell in love with cruising, and Princess became known as the best cruise line for romance. So today, you know, we are all about love. And a fun fact as well, so for more than 50 years, so we've been around for quite some time, Princess has helped people celebrate. We've had more than 5 million guests that have sailed for birthdays. We've had more than 10 million who sailed for anniversaries. And then also our Medallion class experience is now on all of our ships, and it helps us personalize these moments even more. So there are really a lot of different benefits that are associated with Medallion class. But if you put it in simple words, it maximizes the guest experience, and it delivers I would say really an entirely new level of service and attention on board. And that way, you know, we can delight our guests, and we can give them more time to enjoy themselves and play. And so what is the Medallion? The Medallion, you can see it right here in the middle of the screen. It really it's a quarter-sized device that never needs to be turned on and off, and it is exclusive to Princess Cruises. What does it do? On your ship, it replaces your key and your credit card. And all you have to do is wear it or carry it, for example, in your pocket, or for us ladies in our purse. And there are also some gadgets where you can actually wear it as a necklace, or you have a clip-on so you don't lose it. But again, it replaces your key card and your credit cards. And then with that, almost anything you want is at your fingertips on board. So that could be a pizza, a burger and beer. It could be directions to your favorite show. It could even be casino games. So it's really designed to make your holiday as simple as possible. And as you can see here, there are many, many more features that really make your experience with Medallion class on Princess exceptional. To start with, we truly provide the best Wi-Fi at sea. And that is the case with our ultra-fast Medallion net. It is about to stern wireless coverage, and that allows for amazing land-like internet access. And it makes staying connected just so much more easy, really no matter where you are. And if you are like me, who travels also a lot for business, for example, or on vacation where I need to stay connected, even with work, I travel with my laptop, I have my iPad, I have my personal phone, and then I have my business phone. I need to be sure that I can talk back with my 6-year-old who wants to say goodnight every night, but also with my business partners. And I can do that with our amazing Medallion net. And then we're talking about keyless stateroom entry. So if you're tired of fumbling around for your keys, no problem. What we do is the Medallion will allow you for keyless stateroom entry. So you walk down the hallway towards your room, and you can really watch your door unlock and even greet you when you arrive. So as you're going to say, "Hey, Natalie," and the door is unlocked. So that's a wonderful feature. And I always have to laugh about that little picture right there where the woman is dragging 2 coffees and a whole plate of goodies into the room. Why is it always the woman who has to come and bring breakfast? So I said, I'm going to send my husband the next time when we are on the ship so we can change that picture around. So it's very easy. The Medallion makes it very easy on board to navigate. And then for those of you who might be cruising with family and friends, we have something that we call our shipmates functionality. And that lets you check on the location of your companions anywhere on board the ship. That's really great if you have kids. So if I travel with my 6-year-old, in which we're going to do this summer, he will have his own Medallion. And yes, he's always around me, but I will know always in case he walks away from me where he is, because I can find him and I can locate him anywhere on board. So you will always know where your kids are. That functionality cannot be switched off. Adults can do that, and that is a bad thing for me and my husband because he likes to shop. And even though he tells me, "No, honey, I'm not in the shops and in the boutiques at Princess right now spending the money," he still is there and I can pinpoint him. So, but that functionality obviously can be switched on and off. And those are just a few of a lot of exciting and innovative features that we have to offer, right? So it really makes everything very convenient. You can find your way around the ship. You can locate your friends on board. And you can order anything and anytime, and having that delivered to you wherever you are on board. Even if you move, we will know where you are and we will come to you. And that even goes for if you're not ordering something, but maybe you just need advice from a crew member. Or another example, maybe you need sunscreen in the Caribbean and you're laying on deck and you really don't want to walk down to the shops. We will bring the sunscreen to you, or maybe a jacket in Alaska. So it really doesn't matter. This is a beautiful service and a lot of convenience that we offer on board. So as you can see, it elevates the personalization so that our crew members also will always know your name. They can greet you by your name. "Hey, Natalie, how are you?" They know your food preferences. They know your allergies. And they might know even what drink you had the last night. So when I approach the bar and my waiter will say, "Hey, Natalie, do you want to have the other Bloody Mary with extra shot?" Then, that's a wonderful thing because I know that they know me. And so that's a higher level of personalization. And that just makes your holiday so much more enjoyable.
And how does this work? So essentially, all of this works through an app. We call it the Medallion app, and this is part of your check-in process. So you would download the app either from Google Play or the App Store on your phone, and then you can get ocean ready, as we call it, before your cruise. So you give us all your preferences, you upload all of your information, and then once you get to the pier, and that is for our international guests, the Medallion will be pier pickup for our US-based guests. And yes, we are working on also distributing internationally eventually. For our US guests, the Medallion can also be shipped to your home approximately 12 to 15 days prior to the cruise. Okay? Right. And then I just want to say again, we are, as I said, the love brand. I grew up with all of these familiar faces, and no matter what you love, you will definitely find it on Princess. And that was starting in the 70s. Now today, we are the destination leader, and we provide immersive onboard programs and experiences for our guests. We visit more than 300 destinations all around the globe, and we currently have a fleet of 15 beautiful and incredible ships. And you get to see one of our newest ones to come next year in a little while. So it is really easy to call yourself the destination leader, right? But as we say, here is what the experts say. And I'm sure some of you, or maybe all of you, will be familiar with Cruise Critic, Travel Weekly, Travel and Leisure Magazine, and a lot of other respected publications. And this is what they have to say. And this is just a small sampling of the accolades that we have acquired over the years. We really rate amongst the best in almost every category imaginable. And that could be key categories that are not listed here, such as spas or romance, customer satisfaction, or service. And then, of course, it is also very, very important to see what our guests are saying, right? So our guests, we have different loyalty levels, and those are assigned by the number of cruise days you spend with us, how many cruises you're taking. Our elite past passengers, which is the highest loyalty level, they have sailed with us about 15 times. And so we have had a huge increase in our elite guests from previous years. And that again is a detriment and a confirmation, of our exceptional service and the service that our crew delivers on board. All right. Now, let's be honest, no cruise line really can own a destination, although I think we do it in Alaska, and you'll see why as well. But take my word for it, truth is many cruise lines really sail to the same places as we do. But what really separates Princess, again, from everybody else is how we immerse our guests in our destinations, and really nobody does it better. And that is what makes us the destination leader. What do? We source local ingredients, and we offer regional cuisine that is created by our award-winning chefs. We have local entertainers on board that feature anything from folkloric shows to music shows, and we even bring wildlife on board. And then we also leverage our connections in each port, right? Because we have been around for so many years. Just to give you an example, in Alaska, we have been sailing for nearly 52 years. So we have a lot of wonderful connections up in Alaska. And we are really able to give our guests amazing and also very delicious shore excursion options. Talking about our onboard experiences. So here you can see we have a beautiful program, which is called our Discovery Program, Discovery Partnership. And that isn't just limited to onboard experiences. So we are enhancing our shore experiences, shore excursions as well. We now offer Animal Planet recommended and Discovery recommended shore excursions in every destination we sail to. And again, this comes with the seal of approval from the two of the most trusted names in world travel. So just to give you an example, exclusive tours that you can only get at Princess are, for example, a visit to the sloth sanctuary in Costa Rica, Rica, or maybe an after-hour visit to the St. Mark's Basilica in Venice. And these are just very, very few. And then another point, of course, is in my opinion, and I like to eat, right? I'm half Greek, half German, and I love my food. So in my opinion, the best way to explore a new destination is really through food. And so the best way to do that is through our Bon Appetit shore excursions. And those shore excursions, they immerse you in the local ingredients, in the cooking styles. You will have food demonstrations and tastings. And so this is something really for every interest and for every appetite. So to give you an example, you can, for example, when you visit Dublin, Ireland, you can make scones from scratch in the countryside, or when you go to Argentina, you can make empanadas. So just an idea here, we have probably about 20 Bon Appetit shore excursions available today all over the world, and we are of course going to also expand this program further. And then I also mentioned Alaska before, and this is really our heart. And I always say, you know, we don't only love Alaska, I think we are Alaska, because we do it really, really well. So here's a little other quiz, a little pop quiz. Princess has been named #1 cruise line in Alaska for how many consecutive years? What do you think? Well, if it was #5, we'd be pretty old and we'd probably be fossils. But what do you think? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Very good. So I see Tatiana here saying, oh, this is Tati. Okay. That is 16. So #4 is the correct answer right here. Absolutely. So as I said, we have been nominated many, many times by both international and national magazines. We are 16 times #1 in Alaska. And there are many, many reasons why guests should choose to travel with us. Now, one of them is that we have been sailing in Alaska, as I said before, more than 50 years. We've cultivated great relationships with the locals. We've worked with them to create immersive onboard experiences. And we really offer one of the very best varieties of shore excursions. Anything from wildlife to foodie tours to adventurous options like dog sledding on a glacier, for example. And then also, we have more capacity on our top-rated voyage of the Glaciers cruise, and I'll show you the itinerary in a moment. And that includes 2 glacier viewing experiences, including Glacier Bay. And if you go to Alaska, you do want to go to Glacier Bay because it's absolutely stunning. And so one of the big reasons for this capacity increase is the arrival of Discovery Princess, which is one of our most innovative ships to date. She joined the fleet in 2022, and for 2023 she will be up in Alaska, so you get the best and the newest ship of all, and she will be sailing both out of Seattle, Washington, and Vancouver. And then she will call a number of ports, including Ketchikan, Sitka, Juneau, Skagway, and Victoria, which is British Columbia. So when you sail to Alaska, you have plenty of options. We have ships that range anywhere from 2,000 guests to over 3,000. But I would always say, compared to other cruise lines out there, that is not too big yet. It's really still very, it can still be very cozy, and you find your own private nooks and corners to really withdraw if you want some peace and quiet. And so each of our ships, they offer the Princess signature experience that really our guests have come to love over the course of the years. We also have a variety of cruises, anything from 7 to 14 days, and we feature a variety of departure ports from Vancouver and Anchorage to Seattle, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. So you have a wide variety of ports that you can sail out of. And then finally, as I had mentioned before, Princess Medallion class is also in Alaska, again on all of our ships, and that will provide you with an enhanced guest experience and a lot of innovations. And also that includes a faster boarding and on-demand services. And what I had forgot to mention previously about the Ocean Medallion, it also is contactless pay, and it speeds up embarkation. So you really have a seamless transition from the pier once you arrive straight into your stateroom. And even there, the door opens by itself, which is wonderful. And then I want to bring up one of the biggest differentiators and reasons for you to choose Princess, and that is our award-winning North to Alaska program. You know, what do we do there? We bring the color, we bring the culture, the flavors, anything that has really to do with Alaska right on board. And we set thereby the standards for Alaska cruising. You can meet real Alaskans on board, anything from lumberjacks to dog sled champions, and you can even pet sled dog puppies, and you'll see a picture there right now as well. And then also you can hear from park rangers and naturalists to really better understand the wonders of Alaska, and there are a lot of wonders to explore up there. And then finally, you can also dine on a variety of fresh Alaska seafood. And obviously, we know that the salmon is absolutely amazing, the halibut up there. Just in general, the food is just extremely tasty and wonderful. And we really bring that not only in our dining rooms, but we also have it on our buffet section on the top deck. And we have also partnered with local eateries that will bring you iconic dishes like the crab cakes from Tracy's Crab Shack in Juneau, or fish tacos from the Alaska Fish House in Ketchikan. And these are just two eateries that are just very, very known for up there. And here you can see these are the puppies, and this is usually when I hear my audience, I hear, oh, they're so cute. Well, and they are really cute. So these are the dog sled puppies that you can actually meet and breed and pet during our call in Skagway. We bring them on board, and you can meet them down in the piazza. And you gotta come early because this event always fills out very quickly. I mean, if one of them looks at me like that, I want to take them home, right? So this is one of our wildlife experiences on board as well. And then when it comes to fresh Alaska seafood, it's really hard to beat our Cook My Catch program. Here, you can catch your own Alaska salmon or halibut or whatever just bites, and you can this is happening during one of our shore excursions, and then you will have our chefs cook it for you and serve it to you in the main dining room. So if you look at this thing, it really doesn't get any fresher. And the best, you're going to feel even better, and it tastes even better because you caught it, right? Now, let's look at two ways to sail to Alaska, okay? One is to sail our Inside Passage, and that is on our round-trip cruises. We are offering 7 to 14-day sailings from our 4 different departure ports. Again, it's Seattle, Vancouver, San Francisco, and Los Angeles, okay? And so also airlift into these main hubs is quite easy. Now, these convenient round-trip voyages, they offer one glacier viewing experience, and they're calling on the southeast ports. And here is the route. So here's an example out of Seattle, so you can see how we sail within the Inside Passage. And then the second options are our one-way cruises. And those are also 7-day voyages between Vancouver and Whittier. Whittier is Anchorage, so you would fly into Anchorage or Anchorage to Whittier. And we are offering 4 ships on this itinerary. All of them visit Glacier Bay National Park. Again, you go to Alaska, you want to go to Glacier Bay National Park. If you're choosing a cruise line that doesn't go there, don't choose their Alaska voyages. And then there will also be one additional glacier viewing experience, an opportunity, which is either going to be Hubbard Glacier or College Fjord. And so this itinerary, this is one of my favorites because it really offers more Inside Passage cruising. You're cruising the Gulf of Alaska. You have the southeast ports off call, and you have Whittier, and you have Vancouver. And I mean, the really main reason why people go to Alaska, number one, it's glaciers, and then it's wildlife, of course. So you will have 2 glacier viewing experiences, and that is absolutely exceptional. And here I just wanted to give you an impression of how Glacier Bay National Park looks like. I mean, if you just see the light, twinkling and just the colors, it's just absolutely amazing. So everybody's always in awe when we visit this beautiful site. And so here I just wanted to show you how it looks like if you take one of our round trip voyages. Again, this is the example out of Seattle. and then versus the one-ways. And you see, you really get all the way up there, and you see College Fjord and Hubbard Glacier. So you really want to take that opportunity and really make that choice for your cruise. Now, when we're looking at ports, all of our voyages of the Glacier cruises visit 3 of Alaska's most popular and storied ports. So we have number 1, the port of Ketchikan. And Ketchikan proudly calls itself the salmon capital of the world. I love salmon. With a lovely harbor, as you can see right there, and shops along the historic Creek Street. And then if you're hungry, you can go and try the fish tacos from the Alaska Fish House in Ketchikan. And if you miss them, well, we'll still make them for you on board, because again, we have partnered with this local eatery, and we're bringing this experience on board as well. The next port is Juneau, and that is Alaska's capital and home to shops and cafes and a very famous saloon. It's called the Red Dog Saloon, and of course, the massive Mendenhall Glacier. And you see that here in the middle, in the background. It's absolutely breathtaking, and it's just outside of town. And then there, you're gonna need to check out the local eateries and try the crab cakes from Tracy's Crab Shack. And again, if you miss that because you are just in awe with the glaciers and you want to walk around and you don't want to eat at that point, we're bringing that experience again on board as well. And then last but not least here, ports of call, we have Skagway. And remember when we saw the cute puppies before? So this is also when we bring the sled dog puppies aboard during our call in Skagway. And Skagway is really filled with the Gold Rush era charm, right? So you'll find a lot of restored storefronts, you will find wooden sidewalks, and it really recalls kind of the Gold Rush era past. So if you are looking for an exceptional vacation experience and something different, and I think Alaska, to whoever I speak, it's really on their bucket list because it's just outstanding, beautiful. The wildlife is extraordinary, and the glaciers are just breathtaking. And here, this is actually not a rendering. This is really a real picture. This is actually Denali, Mount Denali, and I mean, it's just to look at this, it just makes me happy. So my vacation choice for summer 23 or 24 would definitely be an Alaska cruise. I think you're going to have a tremendous experience, and you would absolutely enjoy it. And now I know time's ticking, so I wanted to talk to you just also a little bit about our newest invention. Now here, I know this is the last slide for Alaska. People always ask me, I apologize, when is the best time to go? And really for Alaska, there's not necessarily a best time. It's always a good time. It depends on what you're looking for. So if you're trying not to catch a lot of rain, May and June would be great. If you're trying to see the leaves turn, right, you want to see the fall foliage, maybe catch some northern lights, then you want to go in August and September, right? If you want to see whales are really present throughout the entire season, May through September. A lot of times we have a little bit more in July, but it's pretty even. And then bears, same thing, all across those months. They come in May, they just come out of hibernation, so they might be a little bit hungry, but you will see bears during that time as well. If you are an avid fisherman, you can go fishing also throughout the entire time, May through September, but June and July are the best. And then when is it really the best value to go to Alaska? I would say at the beginning, at the end of the season, and that will be between May and September. Family cruising, of course, because of vacation periods, is always June, July, and August. And now let's get to the sun. So in February 2024, I wanted to introduce you to an amazing, amazing vessel that is joining our fleet, and it's called Sun Princess. And if you've been with Princess for a little while, it's actually the name of one of our older ships that has left the fleet many years ago. And so we are bringing her back, renewed and absolutely magnificent. So Sun Princess will actually debut, and that is good news for our European viewers, in the Mediterranean with maiden sailings starting in February 2024. She'll be sailing a variety of 7-day voyages. They can be combined also into 14 or even 21-day voyages. So if you have a lot of time, you want to see a lot, that's a really great option. And it's the first of its kind ship for us, our largest ever. It's going to host 4,300 guests. It's going to have more than 29 bars and restaurants and 21 decks. And it's also going to feature more than 1,500 balconies. Princess has always been known for our balcony focus. And here we will definitely have the most balconies ever. And all of our balcony staterooms will have an in-room sofa. Sun Princess will also be powered by LNG fuel technology. This is one of the cleanest technologies and fuels out there. And we have unveiled some of the features previously in September, but we just got a couple of new venues released. And so I just wanted to share them with you right now. Just be aware, these are still renderings because Sun Princess is of course still being built. So this one here is what we call the dome, and the dome is located on the top deck, and I love this space. So it's a cutting-edge entertainment space. It's on the top deck of our ship. It's inspired by the cliffs of Santorini, so you have these multi-levels, right? And then at night, which is really cool, it completely transforms in an entertainment venue, right? It has water features, and there's some other performances, anything from music to aerial performances that will take place right there in the dome. And then here's our Horizons dining room. And again, I'm just picking a couple of venues. We will still have multiple dining rooms and multiple other venues. I'm just picking a few right now. So Sun Princess will here have a 3-story main dining room. That's a first for us. And it's going to feature dining options to really suit every mood. And what's really great is that every level is going to offer a different dining experience. So every level will have a different menu. And then here's my to-go place. I love the International Cafe. The International Cafe usually was located in our atrium. Now it's located on the top deck of the piazza, all the way on the top, so you have beautiful views. And this is really the place for, I would say, an ever-changing array of small bite meals, treats, and any type of gourmet beverages, right? So in the morning, you can go and you can grab a freshly baked croissant to start your day and a specialty coffee. I always do that. You can snack on pies, on quiches, and you can also then throughout the day, choose from a variety of salads, sandwiches at lunchtime, and then even you can try some really delicious desserts in the evening. And, again, as I said, this is my to-go place. I like to sit there. I like to watch the performances that take place in the piazza and just see a little bit more of what's going on generally on the ship while I enjoy my coffee or my drink. And then this is our iconic Crown Grill. And Crown Grill is our Sterling Steakhouse. And that experience, we're really taking it to the next level. You see a very modern and sleek design here and a theater-style kitchen. We're still featuring premium aged beef. We will have fresh seafood items as well. And this is a specialty restaurant that really offers a very intimate dining experience. It's very classic. It has an elegant setting, and also it has an open kitchen. So you can actually watch the chefs prepare and cook to order anything from beef to chops and seafood. This here is the Sabatini's, and this is our Italian-style trattoria. Here you can see we have a new interior design. We have a little bit more of an intimate bistro style, and we have a circular dining room. And here it's really wonderful. I mean, anything Italian tastes amazing, right? But here you can actually watch the pasta being made fresh every single day in our all-new pasta room. And then there are circular windows, so you can really get a good view of everything. With regards to entertainment, here we have our Princess Theater. And our Princess Theater has evolved into what we now call the Princess Arena. And this is our really most technologically advanced performance space, right? So we can configure this in many, many different ways. We can do it in the round, as you can see it right here. But then we can also align it and put and change the seats to be parallel facing the stage. So really, really interesting. You have a lot more ways to configure, and that means also a lot more ways to entertain our guests. And then here's what's really important for you, right? So I want to point out just a couple of our accommodations. We have a new collection of staterooms. This one is called our Reserve Collection Cabana Mini Suite. And this is a resort-style stateroom. It offers a balcony and a private cabana and an extra large outdoor lounge space, right? So the outdoor cabana features outdoor furniture. It has an extra large private outdoor lounge space. You can also relax inside with a separate sitting area with a sofa bed. You get premium bathroom amenities. And in addition, you will receive other upgrades, including the access to the Reserve Collection restaurant. So there will be a special restaurant just for people that are booking our Reserve Collection mini suites. And here I just wanted to show you the breakdown, and what is highlighted here in red, that is what would normally be your balcony space, right? And this is now an area that can become an extension of your indoor space or an extension of your outdoor space, because you have a panel door which can open to your outdoor seating and you can open up the space. And then this stateroom type will also have an outdoor lounge, which is exclusively for our Cabana Mini Suite guests. And there's also going to be a hot tub. And here's just an impression of our Cabana deck. Again, this is the exclusive outdoor deck that is reserved for those booked in a Cabana Mini Suite. And then we will have our Cove balcony staterooms. And these balcony staterooms, they provide beautiful views, as you can see, from your private balcony. You'll have a bathroom with shower. And again, all of our balconies now include a sofa bed, which was not the case previously. Here's the breakdown. So again, you can see the balconies, you can see the sofa. And what a great news is also, and we've listened to our guests because they've told us, go away with the curtains. So we actually now have shower doors in all of our staterooms, glass shower doors. And while we are on a good news roll, also to share for Sun Princess, requested by our guests, is that we will have a few single cabins, because we will have some single travelers, and that is something that is new for us. And we listen to our guests, so hopefully that will be a hit as well. We don't know how many yet, but more is to come. As I said, Sun Princess will be debuting in the Mediterranean in February. This will be a 10-day inaugural from Barcelona to Rome, calling on 6 ports, including Pompeii and Naples. Again, this is 2024. And then she will also do, from May to September, 7-day Med cruises, including France and Italy. New for us is La Spezia, and then we are also going to Marseille. We'll also have 7-day cruises to Greece and Italy, my hometown in Greece. So Athens to Barcelona, also May through September with 4 calls. 2 of them Corfu, which is absolutely gorgeous, and then of course Kotor as well. And then if you haven't made up your mind for 2023, you know, air is getting a little bit expensive, so we have to kind of make the decision now if we want to go. And so for summer, our Europe fleet 2023 has 4 ships, Enchanted, Sky, and Regal, which are all Royal class ships, so the newest in our fleet, and Island Princess, which is going to offer some very unique itineraries. We do still have space, and we are looking forward to welcoming you on board. So just to give you a quick idea of how our departure ports look like, these are the departure ports in Europe. So there are a couple of them, as you can see, and these are the ports of call that we actually visit in Europe. And you can really see how we cover the destination Europe here. So there are a lot, I think just about 100 ports that you can visit, and many you can sail from. For the Med in 23, we offer anything from Spain to France, Italy, Greece, Croatia, Monte Carlo, even Israel and more. And we also have a call, but that will be next year, no? Excuse me. And we really visit all the best places in the Med. You can choose from 7, 21, 14, even 28 days, and depart from great city like Barcelona, Rome, Athens. Some even depart from London and sail around the Iberian Peninsula, so especially Spain. And here I just picked one of them, which is our Rome to Athens 7-day Med voyage. And then here's another one. Again, you can combine all of those 7 days into a 14 or 21, even sometimes a 28-day voyage, depending on how much time you have. But you have beautiful ports like Crete, you have Sicily, everybody wants to go to Mykonos and Santorini, and then we, of course, also have Marseille, Genoa, and even over there, Barcelona and Gibraltar. Northern Europe is also an option. Here currently our Scandinavian Baltic voyages, they depart from London. Again, you have 7, 14 and 21 days. And when I say London, I mean Southampton, okay? What is great is that you have an extended stay in Stockholm and Copenhagen and even overnights as well. And then last but not least here, we have the British Isle, and that itinerary is going to offer round-trip sailings from London, Dublin, and Paris. And we are really covering here the very best of the region, from England, Ireland, Scotland, and France. And we have ports such as Liverpool, which is at Dublin, Belfast, Edinburgh, Glasgow, and even Loch Ness, and even Paris. All right. And then we will, of course, also continue to offer very unique voyages. Most of them are going to be on Island Princess, and they will be calling on 3 ports in Greenland. That's going to go from London or from New York, and will include several ports also in Iceland, such as Akureyri, Reykjavik, Ísafjörður, and Gunnarfjörður. So if you haven't made up your mind, again, as I said, for the Med and for summer 23, there's still a lot of options out there. I wanted you to also know, and I had mentioned that if you've been on my last webinar, that we now have 3 fare types. We have Princess Standard, Plus, and Premier. And I always say, we have good, better, and the best. And so what is new, if you book our Princess Standard fare, that is just cruise only with no added value to it. Okay, for some, this might be the perfect choice. Or you can choose Princess Plus. Princess Plus previously had our Plus beverage package included. It also had Wi-Fi included for a single device and our crew appreciation, or previously called the gratuities. And now we also including premium desserts. So these are 2 Princess Premium crafted desserts per day and unlimited juices. And then we also including 2 premium fitness classes, which are created with our latest partnership with Exponential Fitness, which is the largest global franchisor of boutique premium fitness brands. And that includes, and you might be familiar with some of the brands, Stretch Lab classes, Yoga 6, if you're a yogi, or Pure Barre. And then it also includes free shipping of the medallion to Princess guests if you're located in the US. Again, we are working on international, but it will highly likely take a little bit longer to get all that done as well. And then for the beverage package, previously included drinks from $12 per drink. That's now going to go to $15 per drink. So you have a very, very good value proposition here. And then for Princess Premier, that is a lot to take in, I know. So previously, Princess Premier, which is just our best offer, included the Premier beverage package, Wi-Fi for 4 devices, and that is 4 devices per guest, okay? Not 4 devices in the cabin. Crew appreciation, 2 nights of specialty dining, and then a door portal promotion, which is called Princess Prizes, which allows you to win on a daily basis. And then, of course, we are including unlimited premium desserts and juice bar. We are including unlimited fitness classes. And yeah, if you're on a long cruise and you try all of our food choices, you might want to hit the gym here and there. It also includes reserved seating at the Princess Theater for all of the guests in the stateroom. And also free medallion shipping and accessory shipping as well. And so the beverage package here, which is our premier beverage package, that is going to include drinks from $20 per drink. It previously was $18 per drink. So again, a wonderful, beautiful value. And it's definitely something where I would say that guests should take advantage of. What are our promotions currently? And I know we're nearly done, and I want to have at least 5 minutes for questions, if you have any. We currently have our wave offer that is still going on through the 1st of March. So you have another a couple of days left. And so we are offering here up to 35% off our fares, only $100 deposit. And then depending on what cabin category you book and also the length of the cruise, you can get up to $600 to spend on board, right? And so for Princess Plus, again, if you book Princess Plus during that period, again, your Princess Plus will now include drinks, medallion net, Wi-Fi. Okay, that is one device, and then crew appreciation, the premium desserts, 2 per day, and the fitness classes. And then we also have 3rd and 4th guest sail free. And that is great if you either want to travel with kids, maybe with grandkids, or even with adults. So it's just the 3rd and the 4th guests that sail free. And again, you're getting up to $600 onboard credit per stateroom, $50 reduced deposits. And again, the fares are up to 35% off. So hopefully this is something that might entice you to consider Princess. If you have not been able, or if you're not going to be able to make up your mind by the 1st of March, our next promotion will also give you some very good value items, such as 40% off. That starts on the 2nd of March, going onwards all the way through May. Okay, and our deposits will also be reduced for that amount of time. So the retro offer is still our wave offer, which is ending on the 1st of March. But after that, you still have an advantage of 40% off our fares and a reduced deposit. And I know I've talked waves and waves and long, and I went ways over, and Tati's going to wave her finger at me and Steven, but there's just so much to say. So with that said, if you have any questions, let me know. As I said, I'm half Greek. I could talk for hours, and I still talk, and Tati's telling me, oh my God, stop.
Oh stop. No, please talk. I wish we had the whole day, because I know that you didn't have a chance to cover even a fraction of what Princess has to offer. I mean, there's just so much more. There's so many more beautiful ships and incredible destinations and itineraries and experiences. So I know that it's very hard to choose a few things to talk about, but thank you again so much. We have a billion questions.
Oh, no problem. We can address it. If we don't get to all of them, I know we can address them afterwards too. I think you guys are still going to be on for a little while, so I'm happy to stick around.
Absolutely. So I'm going to start with some questions that we received throughout the presentation, and then I hope our moderators can send me the ones that are coming in now. Sure. All right. So, well, first of all, everybody is just so thrilled and so excited, and a lot of people sent messages and said that they have cruised with Princess before. That's and awesome. They said it was absolutely incredible, amazing. Some people were talking about the Love Boat and said, I dreamt since I was a child to be on that Love cruise, to be on the Love Boat.
I'm telling you.
So it's definitely the most popular and famous around the world. A lot of comments about the medallion experience.
Okay.
So they're saying, wow, what an incredible individual approach. It makes things better to get into the room, to pay for things. Somebody said, I'm happy you have it so I don't lose my husband.
I do. He's trying to. I'm telling you. It's like you can find him. Honey, where are you? Oh, I'm on deck. No, you're not. I know.
You need to know exactly where they are. I think it's really great when you have kids, so you don't worry. You know exactly. I mean, you know that they are somewhere on the ship, but it is a great way to monitor where they are and what they are doing.
I think if I were on there, I would just hide my medallion somewhere on the ship, and my wife would never know where I am.
Man overboard. Man overboard. But you know, it's an amazing feature. I love it. Again, contactless pay, and even in some of our destinations, it's like in the Caribbean, we have some shops that are partnering with us, and so if you go pay there with your medallion, you don't have to take cash with you, and you get actually 7% cash back into your own portfolio. So we have these types of partnerships as well that really play into it. And I know for the medallion, a lot of questions that come in are always, yeah, but I really don't want to carry my phone around all the time, or I'm not really versed in my phone. And you know, that would be my parents, right? Like they wouldn't want to get ocean ready at home with their phone. They would want to use an online version, or maybe the travel agent. I'm not sure on me, but yes, if you are not necessarily wanting to use your mobile constantly, we have on board hundreds and hundreds of displays and screens where you can actually just tap your medallion on, and you can see your folio, you can find your shipmates, you can do whatever you need to do. And to get ocean ready at home, you can also do that with a web-based version on your laptop. So you do not need to download the app if you don't want to. It's just something that enhances your experience. And no, there's no data on the medallion. That is another question I always get. What happens if it falls in the pool? What if I lose it? What about data protection? There's no data on it. Everything is cloud-based, so no worries about the data on the medallion.
Great.
So I have a question about the medallion, Natalie. Is it available on all the Princess ships?
It is available on all of the ships, and there is, again, it's for everybody.
Great.
Fantastic. There were a lot of questions about Alaska as well. Obviously, it is a very unique destination and a lot of things to do there, and it's so beautiful. And again, when you show photos, you can't really take a photo of a glacier.
No.
You have to see it for yourself, because it's just, I think the camera just cannot give you the depth of it. But a lot of questions. First question was from Steve and I about the wildlife on board. He said you bring wildlife, and can you say more about this, about the wildlife that you can see on board and also in ports of call?
So with wildlife, I was referring to, for example, our sled dog puppies. Sometimes we have some rangers that come on board, and I've seen one that brought a ranger, for example. So there are a couple of experiences that we offer. What we do, for example, I know this is for Alaska, but to give you an example, for the Caribbean, we bring parrots on board. So we bring certain animals on board just for them to meet and just to have that experience, obviously. Yes, we are very careful with the animals as well.
I love it. I wanted to share my personal story. Sorry, guys. Always put my 2 cents. I spent a whole season in Alaska, 4 months, and it was absolutely incredible. I did all the tours, and I wanted to show you my favorite photo. I brought it from my bedroom. I have a picture. We flew on the helicopter to a glacier, and you see her holding little puppies here.
Unbelievable.
It was the best experience ever. too, giving thumbs up.
Oh my God. I should have you as a special guest for Alaska the next time.
We'll talk.
Okay.
So absolutely incredible. You can see orcas, you can see whales, you can see bears, crabs, giant eagles. Phenomenal. Could you also tell us the ports? The embarkation ports that people can travel to join an Alaskan cruise. They're both Canadian and American ports, right?
They are.
I porti di imbarco sono sia in Canada che in America, giusto? Sì.
Italiano. So we have Vancouver, Anchorage, there's Seattle as well, and there's LA.
Seattle, LA, and Vancouver, you said?
Vancouver and Anchorage. So essentially, if you want to go on our round trip voyages,
Volete fare questi viaggi che partono
experience, you would either go out of Seattle on a round trip, LA, or Vancouver. If you want to take our one-way voyages, they go between Vancouver and Whittier. Whittier is Anchorage. You either go Vancouver, Whittier, or Whittier, Vancouver, right? So you would need an open jar flight on our one-way voyages. But those give you at least 2 glacier viewing experiences, and this is what other cruise lines don't give you, and it's very well worth it.
Do you know by any chance if you're taking a one-way trip where you visit both America and Canada, do you need a Canadian visa for that, or is an American tourist visa enough for that?
For the Americans, that's an American tourist visa is fine. I always suggest to double check, but I have not had any indication or heard anything where there were visas required. Now, for other nationalities, I can't say.
I would say that if you are going to embark in Vancouver, you're going to need a Canadian visa if your country of origin requires that. But if you're on a pass-through, the ship is usually taking care of the passengers and the transit visas. But if you're going to fly into the U.S. and drive into Canada to get, for example, you're going to need a visa if your country doesn't allow entry without a visa. Like an American, we can go into to Canada without a visa. We just need to have our passport, right? But somebody from Kazakhstan, for example, may require a visa to travel to Canada if they're going to embark in Vancouver. So I bring this up because it may be easier to do a Canadian visa for some countries and go out of Vancouver, and it may be easier to get a USA visa and go out of Seattle or Anchorage as an entry point for some countries, right?
Correct.
Again, it is different for all the countries and all nationalities and all citizenships. So please double check, triple check what requirements you have for you as a traveler, because it might be very different. Another question was, does Princess have Russian-speaking crew members, Italian-speaking crew members, German-speaking crew members, right? Because we have a lot of members from various countries. Some of them don't really speak English. So are there options to have communications in other languages on board Princess ships?
So that's the beauty of Princess, and I think also, but many other cruise lines as well, that we have, our crew is just completely international, right? So we have up to 110 nationalities on board. I wouldn't be able to say, okay, in Alaska we have Russian, Italian, and Spanish, but you just walk on and you look at their signs, and they are from everywhere. So yes, we have Germans. Yes, we have people from Russia. Yes, we have people from the Philippines, from Japan, from Mexico, everywhere. So yes, we do.
Fantastic. Do you accept pets on board?
No, we don't, unless you need them for health reasons.
Or they're a really cute sled dog.
They are, and then we're gonna hide them. We're gonna hide them in the cabin. Just pet them all day. This is so cute.
They're so cute.
They are. They really are.
What about,
You're right.
Natalie, can you cover what you can use the onboard credit for? And this is typically beyond just Princess. This is really across most brands out there. But we had a question about what's included for the onboard credit that you're given.
For the onboard credit, so it's really like, you mean from our promotional side, if we provide an onboard credit?
Yeah. And what can they do with that onboard credit?
Oh, you do whatever you want. I mean, if you're like me, you book yourself on the first day, you walk in the spa and book yourself a nice massage. So that is something that you can pay for. Anything that is related for onboard activities. If you want to buy extra drinks, maybe you don't have a drinks package. If you want to go and shop, really anything that is related to your onboard folio, right? So that's the cash that's available for you.
So it's like funny money that you can use on board.
It's happy funny money, and spend it before the husband does. At least mine.
Don't let him know that you have.
No.
So and talking about alternative currencies, right? Like we have our points system. That's inherent in the in-cruise model. So there are a couple questions in here. Talk to you about, can I already have the cruise booked. Can I pay for Princess Plus or Princess Premium with my reward points? So I'm speaking to the member and partner audience here. You can only use your reward points towards those programs if you book that pricing program. So at the time of booking, I would recommend that you don't just take standard, you take one of the other levels, because you will be able to flex and exercise your membership benefit, which is using reward points towards that purchase. If you wait and decide to try and upgrade a beverage package or something like that, you cannot use your points for it. It will be an out-of-pocket cost post-booking all the time. So it's a good benefit to consider. I mean, if you're going to be paying for these things on board anyway, do it at the time of booking where you can put your reward points towards it.
Yeah. And I get a lot of questions sometimes. Yeah, you know what? I don't drink a lot, and is it worth it? So, I mean, if you're like me, I don't drink a lot either, right? I like my glass of wine here and there. Maybe the Premier package is not for you, but you should consider the Plus package, because that includes all non-alcoholic beverages as well. So anything from mocktails to specialty coffees to juices, everything is included, and is including also bottled water. And I know that is something that that's a favorite, because if you go off your shore excursion, you want to take water with you, right? Especially in some of the destinations we sail to. And so that's a really great option you can choose, even if you maybe not consuming many alcoholic beverages per day.
Always get a package. So worth it.
Just get that.
Learned it. Personal experience.
Great point.
And I have a lot of questions about Japan. I know it is a topic for a separate presentation.
It
but
is.
could you just say a few words about itineraries in Japan? Because finally, our members can go to that region, and we have a princess ship there that is very popular. So could you say just a few words about Japan? So
very, very few words, because we are just releasing the 2024 Japan itineraries. So we will be back in Japan, yay, finally. And that should be out in the next couple of days. And I'm very happy to do a whole presentation next time about Japan and our Asia itineraries. But we do have the Diamond Princess in Japan, which is our ship. It has been built there as well. That is designated for our cruising and cruises in Japan, and it has several features on board that are designated also to really bring that experience on board. It has a lot of obviously food choices, and then we also sail out of various different ports. and really sail around the entire Japanese peninsula. So a lot of variety there, a lot of different itineraries that I can't share yet, but I will. But definitely, I think when we're talking about ships, again, Diamond Princess was built for the Asia market, and so that is something that I think is very attractive. And again, because we're immersing our guests in that experience, in the destination, it's definitely something that that is a really good choice, and I will share more as time progresses.
Phenomenal.
Awesome. Any other burning questions? I think we're running into 9:50.
Yes, I think we're a little bit over time here, but once again, you know what? A lot of things that I'm reading are just positive comments that people celebrated their anniversaries or that they went on a cruise to Alaska, or they did a trip with Princess in Europe. A lot of super positive comments, a lot of love here. So I hope that those of you who have cruised with Princess are just sharing and spreading your fantastic experiences and going again, and again. And those of you who haven't cruised with Princess are planning your next cruise right now, as we speak.
and Tati, you know what? I do have 3 more things about Japan that just popped into my mind.
Please.
So very quickly for March, so for 2024, what I can share is that our Japan season starts in March, okay? And it's gonna kick off. And if you love, obviously the spring flowers, just popped in my mind. And we'll have a series of 10-day spring flower voyages. And they're gonna call on 4 of the Japan main islands. And so we're trying to predict the blooming season as it moves from south to north. So that's how it's going to kick off. And then again, I already mentioned Diamond Princess, but we'll also have a lot of visits to festivals, actually 4 festivals, and we will have late night stays in each of the ports. And if I recall it correctly, one is in August, actually several are in August. One is, I think, the Nebuta Festival, where you have the Nebuta float figures, where you have a lot of music, dancers, etc. And then you have the, and if I'm not mistaken, it's called the Kumano Fireworks Festival. And that's a display of over 10,000 fireworks. And you can see that from the decks of Diamond Princess. So again, it is with Diamond Princess, round trip, Tokyo, Yokohama sailings. And we're going to have about 35 different destinations and 31 unique itineraries. And as we progress on my next presentation, I'm very happy to get into details and also show you some beautiful images and talk a little bit about our cruises there.
I would love that.
Great. We have lots of long lead time, so
good.
I've seen some of the material coming out about all the festivals that are occurring in a calendar with Princess. Princess is definitely a brand leader in the Japanese market, and so I am very confident as we roll out this type of information that the In-Cruises members will, not only from Japan, but will be very happy to sail on those types of itineraries.
Yeah, and we're back everywhere, right? We're back in Japan, and we're finally sailing out of Australia, so we can do these faraway cruises again, and it's time. So it's a good time.
Yeah.
How
so
exciting.
Natalie, we had one of our best attended webinars, so thank you.
Thank you.
You're bringing the love for sure.
Thank you.
I think it was really opening the doors and windows to look inside what Princess is about. Kind of some unique points about the brand, some unique points about itineraries and programs, and that's what this is about, right? Really to bring this knowledge and this information to our members around the globe. So I'm very appreciative for your participation, your time invested, all the work you did to bring it. So thank you.
I feel very international here finally. I love it.
I love it too. We feel very international.
It's like home.
Well, thank you again. Thank you all for joining us. Let's give a few more hearts for not how do you do this way. or this way. All different ways. Thank you so much, and we hope to see you soon on board Princess Cruise, and have fun traveling and have a wonderful weekend as well.
Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you. Enjoy, and we'll see you soon. Very soon, I hope.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye, obrigado, dankeschön, merci. Auf Wiedersehen. Gracias.
Пока-пока.